Hi and welcome. I just wanted to jump on here today to share with you how this one realization can truly help you shift out of the chasing energy and looping and will help bring you into union. And at the end, I will also be giving you some tips on how to help you make that shift. On this journey, depending on where you are after searching for answers, you will come to understand that this isn't an ordinary romantic connection that you have with this person that you've met. Although it may have felt like that, you will probably have always had an inner knowing it was a much deeper than you've had or felt before with anyone else. Now, you may be new to this journey, or you may have been on this journey for a while. You may be still believing or wanting this connection that you have made with your divine masculine to be a romantic one, but are getting nowhere. Or you may be ready to shift out of that chasing energy because you are so exhausted. But whichever of those stages you are going through, this realization will help you. Initially, when you meet your divine masculine, you believe it's a purely romantic connection because that's how it feels at first. But it's far more than that. It's a spiritual connection because you are the same soul in two separate bodies. When you are going through one of those stages that I mentioned earlier, you will be desperate to hear from them, to contact them, to be in a relationship with this person. Or you will be so completely exhausted from the looping and being in pain from getting nowhere, you just want it to stop. I know how excruciatingly painful this journey can be, but I also know how exquisitely beautiful it can be too. And you may be shouting at me right now, depending on where you are on the journey, saying, how on earth is this journey beautiful? The bubble love stage is over, I'm in separation, and all I feel is pain and longing. Well, here's the thing. When you are chasing and longing in pain and exhausted, you are seeing your divine masculine as separate to you, like you would if it was a soulmate connection. But they're not. Yes, you are both here on earth in the physical in two separate bodies, but you are the same or one soul and therefore have an identical soul frequency, which is why you feel that overwhelming love for them, why you long to be with them, spend time with them, be around them. When you fell in love with your twin, you fell in love with the essence of who they are, their soul. And I'm not saying you may not find them physically attractive too, but you fell in love with the soul essence of who they are. Try looking at it like this. Underneath it all, what it really is that you are longing to be with you, spend time with you. All that love that you have and want to give your twin is what you really need to be giving and showing yourself. I understand it may not feel like that. However, you begin to shift out of that chasing energy when you begin to understand that you need to fall in love with you like you fell in love with your twin, because they are you and you are them. All that love you are pushing outwards towards them is a waste of your energy and will keep you in separation. As I mentioned in earlier videos, this will cause your divine masculine to keep running because you have to balance your energy before your divine masculine can come back in. Go check those videos out if you haven't seen them and want to know more about why you have to balance your energies. One is called Understanding Twin Flames and the other is Separation is Necessary. I will leave the links in the description below. Now, you may be saying, but how do I begin to fall in love with myself, especially in the way that I love my twin? Well, firstly, you have to accept that your twin is you at a soul level. Remember that for all twins, this journey is about the divine feminines having a spiritual awakening by the divine masculines coming in and there being soul recognition and a heart activation. And this is because whenever you met your twin and that happened, it was time for you as a particular pair to start the journey of ultimately finding your way back home to yourself, to your soul. You are not and never will be separate to them at a soul level. The way I did it at first was to say to myself, why am I missing my twin so much when they are right here with me, a part of me? What's to miss? The way I love them, I can choose to love me. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that this will be easy, and I'm not saying it will happen overnight either. It's a process of bringing your energy back to you by reaffirming that your divine masculine is with you at all times, as you are your twin and he is you. This is the first thing that you can do to stop that pushing your energy out to your divine masculine and to start bringing your energy back to you. However, the best way to continue to shift out of the chasing energy is to practice self-love. Now, there are some tips I will give you at the end to help you. But first, I just want to explain why self-love is so key and important. Self-love is something you hear a lot on a spiritual journey about, but it's also something a lot of us can find difficult to do. And this is for many reasons. Firstly, we are told from a very young age that loving yourself is egotistical, selfish and vain. And also a lot of us were probably told that we were not good enough, worthy enough or deserving enough, that we were maybe ugly or wrong in some way. And this may have been either verbally said to us or implied, or it may have been the way others behaved towards us. We may have felt unheard or unseen, and in the end, we probably would have been believing those untruths, or may have been even saying those untruths to ourselves. So this may have led us to feeling we need to try harder, be better, do more to get the love and approval of others, maybe key people in our lives. Also, both twins will probably have had very traumatic lives going right back to early childhood. Twins are quite often born into unstable families and home environments. This is something as souls we chose, but I know difficult and traumatic childhood and lives is something which will resonate with a lot of twins. So I expect many of you will find it hard to show your self-love. We are taught from a very young age to look outside of ourselves for acknowledgement, acceptance, validation and love, that others have to approve of us, for us to feel all those things. But that's just not true. Our sense of self-worth comes from us accepting and loving all parts of ourselves, especially the parts that we find hard to love. We don't need anyone else to acknowledge, accept, validate or love us in order for us to feel good and love ourselves. That's giving our power away. Now, I'm not saying it's not wonderful to have people around you who love and accept you. It absolutely is. But we have been misled, believing that we gain our sense of self-worth and love from others. The people who I have around me and that love and accept me, I tend to see and feel as a wonderful bonus. We are all strong, capable, worthy and deserving, beautiful souls. And self-love is the key, if you like, to freeing ourselves from feeling vulnerable about being accepted by others. So if you find it hard to show your self-love, because it is hard to know where to even begin, I was the same, and I'm not saying that I still don't have times when I struggle, but on the whole, accepting and loving all parts and aspects of me, warts and all, has helped me enormously and can also help you. So here are just a few tips. I have found doing heart chakra and solar plexus meditations very helpful. Solar plexus meditations are good as this is where we hold our sense of self, our personal power and confidence. By healing this one, it can help us to have a stronger sense of identity and self-esteem and sovereignty, which is very important when coming into your inner union. Heart chakra meditations are extremely important as it's where we connect with our soul, our source energy. It's where you can tap into unconditional love for yourself and others. Your heart chakra is the center for compassion and forgiveness. And this is where we find our true, authentic self and come home to ourselves. Another tip is affirmations. Don't underestimate these as they can be so powerful, especially done daily or even several times a day or whenever you feel like it. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how strong, capable, worthy and deserving you are. Also, by giving ourselves the gift of self-care, by doing things that lights us up and we enjoy, demonstrates to us that we are taking the time to appreciate who we are, and can really help us to anchor in that feeling of love for ourselves. You are a beautiful soul, and you always have been. You may not have got to a place where you realise this, but you are. Self-love will help you to shift out of that chasing energy and pain, and it will help you to feel different about your twin, the journey, to feel calmer and more peaceful. Once you are out of the chasing and looping energy, you will feel more stable, and therefore this will help you to be able to work towards inner union, which you need to do to be able to bring in physical union with your twin. When you get out of the chasing and looping stage and bring back your energy to you, Divine Feminine, by practicing self-love, you start to feel differently about your Divine Masculine, the journey, you, and the whole world. That's when you see this whole journey and awakening as beautiful. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Let me know. That's all from me today. Take care, much love, and blessed be.